the next stage for the Constitutional Amendment Bill 2020 is in Parliament, and the leadership says it is ready. NTV's senior political affairs reporter Kennedy Mureithi is with the National Assembly Majority Leader Amos Kimunya and is telling us of steps put in place thus far with regards to receiving the bill. Mureithi?
No problem.
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Zainab, there. And the next stage for the Constitutional Amendment Bill is in Parliament, as you've rightly said. And one of the things that is going to be looked at is how members of Parliament, that is both in the Senate and in the National Assembly, are going to behave with this bill when it comes to them. And right now, we are joined by Majority Leader in the National Assembly, that is Mr. Amos Kimunya, just to get a glimpse of what next and how many certificates have they received this far, and what is the progress that we do expect. And Bwana Kimunya, how are you, and has it moved? Have you received any certificates this far, and how many are they?
No, in fact, I know we have received some certificates, but in terms of the number, allow me not to comment, because 41 completed as of yesterday. But I know for those who completed last week, we actually had some of the certificates already received. I think 8 had been received here, and they are all, we decided to wait until we have 24 and then, verify them.
You're saying that you're going to wait until you get 24. Does that mean that if you get 24, you stop the process at that, or you will continue receiving them, or immediately you receive the 24, you proceed to introduce the bill and all that?
Exactly. 24 is the threshold. Once we have 24, we can proceed. But we would also want, for the record, to ensure that we have received all the 47, whether including the Baringo. No. So that we have the 47, the proper reconciliation that 47 bills were sent, 47 bills were considered in the county assemblies, and this is how they have been determined. We would want to cap that for posterity here. But all we need is, once we have 24, we can go forward and start the debate, which I anticipate we should be starting that debate. We'll be making a decision on that debate by Tuesday next week when we meet for House business. We would at least be guided. This is the process. Allocate a time, because it's between that and the budget. Those are the two critical things that we need to sort out.
Now that we do know that Parliament actually does not sit from Friday moving on into the weekends, are you going to be setting up probably a desk that will be receiving these bills if they do come over the weekend? Because you're saying that you will be probably looking at this earliest on Tuesday when the House Business Committee meets.
Yeah. Now, Parliament does not sit on Mondays and Fridays. Yes. But Parliament works 24 hours. So even as we are over the weekend, there are committees all over working on the budget and other. Our technical staff, there's a technical committee, and the technical committee is meeting and working on a 24-hour basis, receiving all these things and processing. So the fact that there's a weekend does not stop the receiving of the bills. Only the discussion that we'll meet in the chamber on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But the committees have been meeting and will continue meeting.
Any special plans that you have with this bill, knowing that the principals would really want it expanded with as soon as possible?
Actually, it's not even the principals, the Kenyans. Remember there's 3 million Kenyans who have been verified as having supported the bill. And those Kenyans are eager to see the fruit of their labor. And we're also eager to see the bill processed probably before June, if need be, so that, we can start putting in motion the laws, the alienation, the boundaries for the 70 new constituencies before the end of this year, right? And hence, people, when they go to the election next year, they know at the whole framework they're going for election.
Yesterday, you were part of a press conference. I know it was not parliamentary, but today you are in your office, and there are some pronouncements that were made with regards to this bill when it comes into Parliament. What is the least or most time you want to take with this particular bill, noting that you cannot make any changes to it?
There are no changes to be made, but we would also want as much debate as possible, all right? So that the truth of the bill will be anchored in and captured in the Hansard. And all the lies that people have told in funerals out there about the bill, we would like to see them doing the same or talking the issues they have on the floor of the House rather than outside. So we'll probably give about 2 weeks, which is about adequate for people to ventilate on it, and then we vote.
I'll not take too much of your time. That is Majority Leader Amos Kimunya. And we've also heard probably of plans to even have subcommittees to be looking into this. But he is also saying that they will be looking keenly on this bill just to also know what and debunk some of what he calls myths that have been told about this particular bill. But we're keeping an eye on this, and we'll be giving you more in our subsequent bulletins. Right.